press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children, in the previous class we have seen this topic human environment, settlement, transport and communication. We were seeing this. In that we have seen that there are four means of transport: roadways, waterways, airways and railways. Now we will see in detail about the roadways first. Okay. So, the most commonly used means of transport, especially for the shorter distances, are roads. They can be metered, which we call puka, or unmetered, that we call kucha. The plains have a dense network of roads. Roads have also been built in terrains like desert, forest and even high mountains. Manali Leh highway in the Himalayan mountain is one of the highest roadway in the world. Roads built underground are called subways or underpaths. Flyovers are built over a raised structures. Here we see that roadways, this is the mostly used way to cover the shorter distances. We can see many roads in the plains, and also not only in the plains, we can see these roadways in deserts or in forest or in the hilly regions. And the roads where there is a metal that we call as puka, which is unmetaled, that we call kucha. The metalled roads are called puka and the unmetalled roads are called kucha. And also these roadways, example for the highest roadway is Manali Leh, which is built in the Himalayan region. Okay. These roads are also built in the subways or the underways, and also they can be built as flyovers. You have seen many flyovers in Bangalore, right? Here also from Harihar to Davangere road we can see a flyover there. So that's how the roadways were built. The next one is railways. Now we'll see. Railways. Okay. Now we'll see railways. The railways carry heavy goods and people over a longer distances quickly and cheaply. You know, people always used to travel in a rails because the cost will be very cheap. Means less cost. And here we can travel goods as well as people to where? To a longer distances. And rail will be very free to travel for a longer distance. But if you take a bus to travel for a longer distance, bus is not suitable because we cannot sleep, we cannot be free in the bus, but in the train we can be free, and also it is cheap as well, and we can travel long goods and people to a longer distances. Next we'll see. Okay, the invention of the steam engine and the industrial revolution helped in speedy development of a rail transport. You know, steam engine, now in the old days they used to burn a coal and they used to get a steam. By that they used to run the engine. Okay, that's how they were running the engine. But now it has changed. See, diesel and electrical engines have largely replaced the steam engines. That was a tedious work to do. But now diesel and the electrical engines, by that we can easily do the train, we can run the engine. So now diesel and the electrical engines were replaced, means those steam engines were replaced by electrical and the diesel engines. Okay. In places, super fast trains have been introduced to make the journey faster. You have seen Shatabdi. Have you heard the name Shatabdi Train Express? Yes. And also you have seen many super fast trains. Okay. The railway network is well developed over the plains area. Over the plain area, this railway network is well developed. But it is there in other areas like hilly desert areas? Yes, it is. But not in a there are no lot of trainways in the those areas where it is difficult to reach. But in the plains we can find more amount of trains. Okay. The railway network is well developed in the plain areas. Advanced technological skills have enabled laying of railway lines in a difficult mountain terrains also. In the difficult mountain terrain areas, it is very difficult to lay the train areas. But advanced technologies have also made this happen. So, we have the railways in the mountain areas too, but it is very less. But there are much fewer in number, means they are very less in number. Indian railway network is well developed. It is the largest in Asia. Our Indian railway network, it is very well developed and it is very largest railway network in whole India, whole Asia. See, in the whole continent Asia, our Indian railway network is a larger one. Okay, this is about the railways. See, we have seen that it is very difficult to put the railways in the mountain areas, but because of the technology, we have succeeded in putting the railways in the mountains too. And our India has the largest railway areas compared to other countries in the Asia continent. So, this is about the railways. The next one is waterways. Next one is waterways. In the waterways means the ways which are formed in the water. Through the ship we can travel from one place to another place in the water. In the olden days, when people wanted to come from far places to India, they used to follow this waterways. You have already learned that since early days, waterways were used for the transportation. Waterways are the cheapest for carrying heavy and the bulky goods over long distances. See, in the previous classes I have said people have used waterways for the travel purpose, and now this waterways, it was to carry the heaviest and the bulky goods over a long distances. It was very useful. So, it was one of the cheapest to carry heavy and bulky goods. Okay. Then there are mainly two types of inland water. There are mainly two types of these waterways, that is inland waterways and the sea waterways. Okay, let me write inland and sea route. These are the two ways in this waterways, inland and the sea route. Okay. Navigable rivers or lakes are used as the inland waterways. In this inland waterways, rivers or lakes which are present within our country, they are known as rivers, inland waterways through which we can transport the bulky or heavy things from the ships. Okay, some of the important inland waterways are Ganga Brahmaputra river and Great Lake in North America and River Nile in Africa. See, through the River Nile in Africa and Ganga Brahmaputra river and some Great Lake in Africa, through those we can transport the things from one place to other place. Those are called inland waterways. Either it may be river waterways or a lake waterways. Now, it's a sea routes or oceanic routes. Sea routes, oceanic routes are mostly used for transporting merchandise and goods from one country to another country. See, within the country we can use this inland waterways. Within the country to transport the goods from one state to another state, we can use this inland waterways. If we want to transport the goods from one country to another country, we should use the seaways or oceanic ways. Okay, here that is the thing they have said. In the sea route for the longer places like to a different country, we can use the sea or oceanic routes. Okay, these routes are connected with the ports. For these sea routes, they will have a ports where ships can release or take the items. Okay, that is ports. That is harbor. Ports means island. These, okay, some of the important ports of the world are Singapore and Mumbai in Asia, New York, Los Angeles in North America, Rio de Janeiro in South America, Durban and Cape Town in Africa, Sydney in Australia, London and Rotterdam in Europe. Okay, so they have given some of the important ports. Okay, where we can see the sea routes. Example, Mumbai in our India, and also there are some Rio de Janeiro and etc. ports like. And okay, and also some Sydney in Australia. Those are important ports. Then this is about the waterways. In the waterways, we have seen that it is cheapest and heavy and bulky goods can be transported from one place to another place. And in the waterways, there are two kinds: inland waterways and the sea route waterways. Inland means it is inside the country, it for river or a lake waterways. But sea route means or oceanic route to transport the goods from one country to another country through the ships or anything. So that is about the waterways. Then we'll see the last means of transport, that is airways. So, the last means of transport is airways. This is the fastest way of transport developed in the early 20th century. See, this airways, it had recently came in the early 20th century. Now we are in a 21st century. A century ago, 100 years ago, this airways has come into existence. It also most expensive due to high cost of fuels. These airways, it is most expensive. Why it is expensive? Because of the high cost of the fuel. Air traffic is adversely affected by a bad weather like fog and the storms. If there is a fog and the storms in the atmosphere or in the air, this airways transport will be affected. It is only mode of transport to reach the most remote and distant areas, especially where there is no roads and railways. Okay, the use of it is a main way to travel to a places where we cannot reach by these three means, like or remote places or distance places where we cannot reach by these means of transport, these remaining means of transport, there we can travel with this mean of transport. Okay. Helicopters are extremely useful in most of the inaccessible areas and in time of calamities for rescuing the people and distributing the food, water, clothes and the medicines. Okay. Here in the airways you see planes and the helicopters. Helicopters, they will be much useful if, I think, have you guys seen in the TV, they will show if any earthquakes or a flood, anything happen, they will give the food to a people present in that area through the helicopters, right? That's how these airways or a helicopters will be very useful to give the food, cloth or water and medicines to a people who are there in a, who are struck in a calamities or who are present in a distance or a remote or a inaccessible places. That's how these airways will be helpful. This airways is the main way because it can be reached to the place or a distance or a remote place where all these remaining three means cannot reach. Understood? Yes. So this is about the airways. So now we have seen all the different kinds of, all the four kinds of transport. What we have seen? We have seen now all the four kinds of transport. Okay, we have seen all the four kinds of transport. Now the other topic left is communication. We have seen the settlement in the previous class and transport in today's class and communication. Now we will see that. Okay. Communication is a process of conveying messages to others. What is communication? Communication means it is a process of conveying message to one another. Okay. With the development of technology, humans have devised a new and fast modes of communication. See, with the development of the technology, humans are involved in fast modes of communication. Why they are telling this? Because recent times we have mobile phones now, right? We can talk to any places with the mobile phone. But olden days it was not there. If they want to communicate, they used to put the letter in the letter box. But now it has changed. Okay, different modes of communication has come into existence. Okay. The advancement in the field of communication has brought about an information revolution in the world. Because of this advancement in the communication, because of the different modes of communication, now information is flowing around the world. So there is advancement in information. Okay. Different modes of communication are used to provide the information, to educate as well as to entertain. See, different modes of communication. Modes of communication, it may be phone, TV, or it may be letter, or it may be radio. Anything can be a mode of communication. So they can either, they are useful to give information or for the entertainment purpose. Example, in the TV, you can even get an entertainment with the TV and also you can get a information as in the news. Okay, that is how this transportation, this communication has become useful. Okay, through newspapers, radio, television, we can communicate with a large number of people. That is why they are called mass media. We can communicate with a large number of people. That is why newspapers, TVs and radios are called mass medias. Okay. These, what do you mean by mass media? Mass media is a means through which we can reach to a large number of people. We can communicate to a large number of people. Examples are TV, newspaper, and what else? TV, newspaper and radio. So these are the mass medias. The satellite, satellites, Upagraha, they have made communication even faster. How do you get the network to your phone? When we call, the satellite will receive the phone call and it will again connect that phone call to the number we have dialed. That's how this satellite will help us. The satellite have made the communication even faster. Within a second, we can reach to another person. Satellites have helped in oil exploration. Because of the satellite, the images took by the satellite, we can see where there is a oil exploration place, and also we can survey the forest through the satellite, and underground water, where there is underground water, that also we can see, and mineral wealth, we can search where there is a mineral wealth because of the satellite, and weather forecast and disaster warning. Because of the satellite, we can predict the weather and we can give the warning to if any disaster is happening. See, because of the satellite, we can identify many things, where mining place is there, where water is there, where forest area is there, where what is the weather condition, everything we can examine or analyze through satellites. Okay, now we can send electronic mails or emails through internet. See, now olden days we used to communicate with the letters to a longer distance, but now we can immediately send an email. Wireless telephonic communication through cellular phones have become very popular today. As I said already, wireless mobile phone, they become very popular today. Internet not only provides us with a worldwide information and interaction, but also made our lives more comfortable. See, internet, Google, you have right, that we use that internet not only for information purpose. If you want, that has made our life very comfortable. Example, if you want any routes, if you want to find out the how to go to from here to PJ extension, you can search in a Google. Okay, Google, give me the map of the PJ extension. Like that, you can ask anything from the Google. It provides everything, including the information, right? That's how it has made more comfortable to our life. Even we can order any items from the internet, right? From the Amazon or Flipkart. Like that, technology has advanced and we can communicate with the people through the means of this communication or modes of this communication. Now we can reserve the tickets for the railways, airways and even cinemas and hotel sitting at a home. With this kind of interconnectivity of people, services and institutions across the world, we are a large global society. See, because of this internet, we can order, we can book the tickets, we can reserve the cinema halls, anything we can do within by sitting in a place, right? That's how we are connecting with the institutions, cinema halls, we are connecting with Amazon, Flipkart, everything. Whole globally we are connecting. That's how these communicating medias are helpful for us. Because of the advancement of the technology, now we can experience more better life. Now we can experience much comfortable life. That's what this communication is doing. Okay, so this is about the communication. Now, till now we have seen human environment, settlement and transport and communication. We have seen that what is human environment, how it has settled. In that we have seen permanent and the temporary settlements, and in the transport we have seen all the 4 modes of transport: railways, waterways, and roadways and airways. And in next we went to communication topic, where we have seen that starting from the 1st century till the 21st century, how the evolution has happened, how the media has reached, what and all we can get now, we can collect globally with this medias, everything we have seen till now. So this is the end of the today's topic, and we will see each other in the future classes. Okay, so this we are ending now. Thank you.